My wife was almost crying all the time because I'm a museum during check on go and hide in the toilet and cry there and come out when looking a bit strong. But
Former Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi has left many Kenyans emotional after opening up about the painful loss of his daughter in one of the most heartbreaking speeches he has ever delivered publicly.
My wife was almost crying all the time because I'm a museum during check on go and hide in the toilet and cry there and come out when looking a bit strong. But these things have changed. It's pain. But I've come to learn, and I want to thank the clergy who said they are going to have a ministry of presence with me. The end of the Methodist Church came home and told him, people don't have to talk to you, but so long as you're not alone, so long as you're with others, you'll be comforted. So I really feel it's very strong. I understand this much more now because of the 1 week I was spent with the clergymen, with other leaders, just talking about life and how we should live.
In a deep emotional moment, the veteran politician revealed that despite being seen as a strong and respected leader, there were times he could no longer hold back his pain. Kiraitu painfully admitted that whenever he saw his wife crying over the loss of their daughter, he would secretly hide in the toilet and cry alone so that his family will not see him breaking down. He emotionally said that as a mzee wa Njuri Cheke, society expects him to remain strong at all times, especially for his wife and family.
I'll always love you in my heart. Rest in peace, my dear daughter. I don't know how to move. I don't know why you want to leave me so early and without warning. I can only pray and hope that you are in a better place as we continue to endure the unbearable pain of losing you. I pray that God will comfort us as a family. Hopefully, time will help reduce the pain. Personally, I know that the scar will always be there. Every time I remember you, I will always try to remember those beautiful smiles, warm hugs, and intimate moments we shared together to help me move on. I am sure that my life will never be the same again. Wherever you are, just know that I'll miss you. I'll always love you in my heart. Rest in peace, my dear daughter.
But behind that strength was a grieving father struggling to cope with unimaginable pain. The emotional speech immediately touched many Kenyans online, with many praising him for showing vulnerability and speaking openly about grief, something many African fathers and older men rarely do publicly. According to Kiraitu, losing a child completely changes a parent's life forever. He explained that every time he saw his wife mourning and crying for their daughter, it reopened the wounds in his own heart.
Anita says to me, my daughter, she became my intellectual companion and sometimes a competitor. We would argue with her to the chagrin of our mother, late into the night, on no manner of subjects. And Anita was wondering, she was always on the internet. She would always check. When I tell her something, she comes back the following day and tells me that what you said was not correct. Then she shows me the evidence. So we had arguments on psychology, on philosophy, on law, and the politics. I remember asking her because she got her ID card.
However, he felt pressured to appear strong because his family depended on him emotionally. In his words, he explained that he would quietly excuse himself, lock himself in the toilet, and cry alone where nobody could see him.
Check on go and hide in the toilet and cry there and come out when looking a bit strong.
He described it as one of the hardest periods of his life, saying there are tears a man sheds in silence because he does not want to weaken the people around him. The audience listening to this speech could be seen going silent as the weight of his words sank in. Some people reportedly struggled to hold back tears as Kiraitu narrated the emotional burden of trying to comfort his wife while secretly battling his own grief. The governor also spoke about marriage, love, and family during difficult times. He emphasized that when tragedy strikes a family, couples must stand together because grief can either destroy a home or bring people closer. Many Kenyans online reacted emotionally after clips of the speech began circulating on social media.
The other person who had a very bad time is former Meru Governor Kiraitu Murungi,
Yes.
who was seen grieving painfully in
Yes.
church during the requiem mass for his youngest daughter, Anita
Anita.
Kendi, who died on May 14th after a brief illness. For a father, losing a daughter,
It's the saddest thing ever
it was the
for any
saddest thing
parent.
for any parent.
For any parent to see your offspring, your children going 6 feet under, and you throwing the soil to say goodbye.
Yeah.
It's the worst scenario ever.
Yeah, you see, that reminds me of Benjamin Carriera's poem.
Yes.
If I ever buried my son,
Yeah.
God give me the ability to deal with it.
Yes,
Benjamin
because-
Carriera did
because-
one of some very interesting poetry. Yeah.
Because that's one of the saddest thing for a parent. That's one of a grief that you'd never want or wish or even imagine that could occur to you. And condolences to the Kiraitu Murungi's family. You could see him during the requiem mass, and you could see how distraught and how you could actually see he had no spirit. His spirit had gone. He had left his body. He was very weak and very sad. It's a very, very sad day for them indeed.
Some say the speech reminded them of their own painful experiences of losing loved ones. Others praised Kiraitu for humanizing grief and showing that even powerful leaders cry. Others noted that older African men are often taught never to show emotions publicly, making Kiraitu's confession even more powerful and heartbreaking. The touching speech has now sparked wider conversations online about mental health, grief, and emotional support within families. Many people encourage men to speak openly about pain instead of suffering silently. Even though Kiraitu tried to remain strong for his wife and family, his emotional confession showed that deep inside, he was still a father mourning the painful loss of his daughter. His speech reminded many people that grief does not care about status, power, age, or leadership. Behind every strong public figure is still a human being capable of pain, heartbreak, and tears. As clips continue spreading online, many Kenyans continue sending messages of comfort and support to Kiraitu and his family, with others describing the speech as one of the most emotional moments they have ever heard from a Kenyan political leader in recent years. And as the room fell silent, one thing became clear. Behind the title of governor, behind the respect of being Anjurincheke elder, was simply a broken father mourning his daughter. Kiraitu Murungi's painful confession reminded many Kenyans that grief does not choose status, age, or power. Even the strongest men cry, sometimes in silence, behind closed doors where nobody can see their pain. As Kenyans continue sending messages of comfort to this family, his emotional words will remain a powerful reminder for families to stand together during moments of loss, pain, and heartbreak. May his daughter continue resting in peace, and may every family going through grief find strength and healing. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more emotional and inspiring stories from across Kenya. Turn on notification bell so you never miss our latest updates. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.